Hello guys, and you join me at a rather wet Chinese Grand Prix. This could make life very, very interesting. Now, we had a decent result in Bahrain last race. Finished P5 after having another collision with a driver, losing a bit of the front wing, but it wasn't bad enough for us to have to pit. So we managed to keep fifth. I think we were running third before that happened. And again, silly mistake from me, and it messed it all up. But without further ado, let's get this race underway. 5 red lights. Look, they never stare. The wheel spin's going to be awful. Oh, snuck a lovely move up the inside of Hamilton. And believe it or not, we're actually now leading the Chinese Grand Prix. So how long will it stay like that, and what's the weather going to do?
Expecting the rain to get better in around 5 minutes. Light rain in 5 minutes time.
Okay, Jeff, light rain. So we're probably going to end up having to switch onto the inters at some point. But if we can pull a nice little gap, that should help us when it does come to switching tyre. Ah, so wet and slippery. Braking zone completely wrong there. So wet, even the grandstands are empty. Look at that. Just can't get the power down. Want to avoid them curbs because they're going to be pretty slippery. This is the worst one in the wet. Managed to hit the apex there, but all throughout the practice sessions I'm missing it. Whoa, big slide. I managed to get the throttle down nice and steady there. Ah, running massively wide into turn 1. It's the problem with conditions like this. I mean, I love them, but it can be so difficult. Massively difficult. So we get a bit of a run going. Pull a bit of a gap. And then get into the pits. We might be lucky and come back out in front as well for the inters, but it's definitely not into tyre conditions yet. The circuit's like a bloody lake. But somehow we've managed to pull a huge gap on the rest of the field. 3.2 seconds after 1 lap. Nearly 2 laps. This goes to show that how much it evens the field up when it really chucks it down with rain. I mean, Hamilton and Rosberg are right back in the distance. God, doing a pretty good job of nailing that apex in the race. Must be the heavier fuel load that's helping. We are absolutely flying at the minute. Not run quite as wide this time. God, looks lovely there in the exit turn 2. Purple in sector 1 again. At this rate, this race could be quite a lot of quietness at the beginning, but get the feeling we're soon going to get caught up on once the race goes on. Oh, not under that curb. Not what you want to be doing in the wet. It's definitely ain't going to be purple sector 2. Lost a lot of time. Oh no, maybe it is. That felt like I lost so much time through there. I mean, look at them, they're all just coming round the corner to come onto the straight. Can't remember whether Jeff said 5 laps or 5 minutes. The rain's going to let up a bit. Traction's definitely getting better. Whether it's inters or not. Not yet. I'm going to leave it another lap. It's still very wet out here. Really wet. I mean, getting the power down there is an absolute nightmare. Especially as you're not sort of pointing in a straight line. Slightly on the turn. But we're still purple in sectors, so the circuit must be getting quicker. I don't think it's us getting that much quicker. Oh, gone down the gear too many there. It's a silly mistake, losing concentration because I'm out here on the front on my own. Quicker again. Sector 2. Just absolutely dominating this race at the minute. Bit of a wet master at the minute. I'm not even thinking about getting the win at the moment. Still 10 laps to go. Conditions are going to be changing. If it dries up, then we ain't going to win the race, but judging from this, I don't think it's going to completely dry up, so we've got half a chance. Let's yes, a rather wet race. Purple again, half a second that time. The amount of spray we're getting, it's still full wet. Easily full wet weather tyres. We are getting an unbelievable amount of spray. And we apologise for this delay due to my cat deciding he needs the toilet. Not what you hear in your everyday YouTube video, eh? Anyway, back to it. I actually think it is starting to dry up a tad. Just wondering when everyone else might start thinking about going on to the Inters. Doesn't look like there's any movement yet though. Oh, missed the apex that time. There we go. I jinxed it. I jinxed it. Oh, back end really wanted to go there. Managed to keep hold of it though. Oh, another fastest lap of the race. 7 tenths quicker. No. We're going to give it another lap. Although everyone's only just coming around the first corner. Now we're going slower.
We don't have the data for that, I'm afraid.
Jeff doesn't want to tell us what the weather's doing. Doesn't want to open his curtains, look out the window. Try again, Jeff, come on.
We don't currently have the data for that request.
Right. Apparently, he's not willing to tell us what the weather's going to be doing. I'm just going to have to take a wild guess. Whoa, it's more like drifting rather than open wheel racing. Right, one more lap and then I'm coming in for Inters. I think then it could be about right. Whoa, a bit wide through the final corner. And that was a much slower lap. So yeah, we're going to box this lap. Weather report.
Sorry, we can't provide you with that information right now.
Jeff, you are useless.
Understood, stopping this lap.
Yeah. Roman's gone in. Track certainly seems to be drying up a tad.
Has just entered the pits. Roman in the pits.
We're struggling on this set. I don't know whether it's because this set's knackered. No, it's not that. I reckon it's the conditions.
The gap to the car behind is 14.3 seconds.
Oh, I didn't want to go on the super softs. Now I know how the rest of the F1 drivers feel though, getting distracted by the on-screen thing. Horrible vibrations coming from the car and all.
Okay, I reckon we could probably get away with intermediate tyres now. You're going to find it harder and harder to keep the wets cool from here, but the Inters should be easier.
Right, I hear you, Jeff. We're coming in for them. Looks like we made the right decision. Oh, we've done a Hamilton. We have done a Hamilton. We actually ended up into the gravel track. Right, come on boys, nice quick stop. Get us back out somewhere near the front.
Release. Pit strategy complete.
They've actually put us out in front.
Towards the end now.
You know what, I actually think we've got a pretty good chance of winning this race. 6 laps to go. If we can keep the pace up, I could be on for a shocker here. Yeah, definitely feel a lot better with the inters on. He says just he gets a snap of oversteer. Oh, near my big mouth. It's quite a handful. It was feeling better, honest.
The track is drying, but it's going to take a while to clear the standing water off the line. Don't start thinking about slicks just yet.
Jeff, I don't think there's any harm of us being on slicks before the end of the race, mate. If we do, I'll buy you a pint. See what the braking's like. The inters on. Not too bad. Not too shabby at all. At least I know I can brake a bit later in certain corners now. And yeah, fastest sector 3 of the race as well, so we're still flying in these difficult conditions. Yeah, Hamilton's just set fastest lap on the inters.
36.9 seconds.
So we must be lapping roughly the same as him. Yeah, half a second quicker in sector 1. And there's definitely a drying line appearing. Oh, car, come on, behave.
The gap behind us is 13.2 seconds.
Really having a counter steer. Oh, 1.4 seconds up in sector 2. Just try not to lose it all in sector 3 going round here. Whoa! Nearly lost the whole bleeding car, let alone losing a bit of time. Ooh, gone a little bit deep. Distracted by the plane overhead. Being out in front like this though with a bit of space just makes me realise how easy it is to lose concentration for those drivers that spend the majority of races out in front. They have got mega concentration skills. I mean, I'm only doing it for a few laps. Sometimes they're doing it for 20, 30 laps. Where they just literally see back markers. Don't think there's any harm of seeing them at the moment, but may see a safety car though. Depending on how bad that crash of Perez is. Especially in these conditions, or a VSC at least. No, doesn't look like we're going to get any in it. Quicker again in Sector 2. We've got just under 4 laps now. See if we can take Haas's first ever victory. And my first victory for in my career on here as well. So things are looking good at the moment. But let's not count our chickens. This Formula One's a funny old sport. Anything could go wrong at any time. Ooh. Where's the parked car? No, it's gone. Another fastest lap of the race though. We're still flying. And Hamilton isn't gaining, he's got quite a gap to Raikkonen in third behind him though. Another purple sector time, so we're doing everything we need to do. Barely put a foot wrong this race. Definitely one of my better drives.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
There's 16 seconds to Hamilton. Whoa! Jinxed it by saying barely put a foot wrong this race. But we haven't even had to fight another car. It was all over after turn 1.
Engine is looking a little worn. Power output will be less than optimal.
Never mind, Jeff. Let's hope that
They have an issue with their car. They're going to be slow.
it lasts for the rest of the race, eh? Don't look too bad. Right, 2 laps remaining. And we're gone purple again. Well, this was certainly, I've already won the rivalry, but this will certainly help my standing in the team. Well, only slightly slower in sector 2. We could be on for another fastest lap of the race here. Which you wouldn't be able to argue with at all. Because these are my sort of conditions. Sort of inters, full wets. A little bit of damp on the track. I know I'm right in my element. Not meaning to sound like I'm blowing my own trumpet, but I absolutely love it in the wet. Comes from spending many, many hours doing the time trials in the wet on last year's game. Just really got a feel for the circuits when they were wet. Right, we're into the 152s now. See if we can get that down a little bit more. And that's with engine power being slightly down apparently. Just imagine what that would have been like with full engine power. Well, we found a 10th. Sector 1. Can we find something similar in Sector 2? Power down nice and early. 4 temps in Sector 2. That's going to cost us a little bit of time. Running deep in the final corner of Sector 2. It's going to cost us too much time. This is going to be a slower lap. We're going to have lost all that half a second in the final sector.
This is your
Yep.
final lap of the race.
Ended up nearly two tenths slower. But we're on the final lap. Just got to keep it all together for a few more corners, and we're going to be a race winner. Far earlier than I expected, to be perfectly honest. If it gets the attention of one of the big boys, then I'm not going to grumble. Oh, found a 10th again in 1. Right, let's end the race with a fastest lap. Be a perfect end to what's been a pretty good weekend. Qualified in 3rd. Up the 1st by the end of Sector 1. And we've led every lap of this race. Didn't even get overtaken in the pit stop window. And that, on the mini-map, is Lewis Hamilton. Miles away. Just one more corner to go, and then we're race winners. Oh, not how you want to take the final corner, but each to their own. Get in there.
Superb driving. That's the race win.
That's what we like to see. Ours is first ever race win, and my first career race win.
Anthony, what do you think made the difference here?
Well, I'd say it's just raw pace, plain and simple. I mean, we could sit here and talk about strategy all day, the overtaking, looking after the tyres, but at the end of it all, if you want to win, you need a package that's got
No, that was
everyone else, and that's exactly what
a very good race. Would have liked to have been fighting the Mercedes at the front the whole race, but we'll take a win. I'm definitely not going to grumble at a win. That's not going to do our championship standings any harm either.
It wasn't the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
Probably Danny Kvyat. The young Russian has
Fifth
a lot
in the
to live up
drivers.
to, and I think he did just that today.
And here's how things are
4th in the
shaping up
constructors. Lovely. That's exactly what we love to see. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Really helps the channel out, helps us grow. Follow us on Twitter at OneS Gaming and OneS Gaming Extra, on Facebook at OneS Gaming Official, and online at www.onesgaming.co.uk. Thank you. Cheerio, guys.